Hey YouTubes, it's your boy Sexified here, gamertag super hot fire, with another video for you. And this one is for people who either recently turned level 30 or just turned level 30. What I wanted to do was I wanted to make a video letting you guys know what to think about, what you should be doing, what you should be looking out for at this point in time of the game. You know, the game's been out for a little over a week, and how to prepare for, you know, what's coming out. Essentially, after you've completed the dungeons, realistically, you're going to be farming. You know, you're going to be grinding, you're going to be gaining experience to climb the ladder, you're going to be trying to find better equipment at this moment. And I just want to kind of tell you how to do that. You know, I've been partying with a lot of people. You know, you always hear me in some of my videos recommending that you party. And there's so many questions that I've been getting lately that I figured, you know what, I should make like a starter's guide for when you hit level 30. Because a lot of people don't really even know what they're looking for or what to do. So what I would say is when you do start farming, obviously it's going to be inside Rainy Ruins. It's got the highest level monsters. And it's got some great routes. I showed you guys inside my other videos the routes that you could take. And when you start farming, have an objective, whether it's one or two objectives, or just one main objective. You know, what are you looking for? Are you looking for XP? Do you want to climb the ladder? Are you looking for good items for your character, or just good items in general? And which ones? You know, you got to find out what's good on your character, like stats wise as well, not just items. Like what kind of suffixes do you want on your items? That kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you just a general rundown, a simple rundown of the items basically. I'm not going to give you exact stats. I'm not going to say, you know, the maximum health on belts is plus 50 health. I'm not going to tell you that kind of stuff, but I'm going to tell you what to look for when you're looking at items. And this is basically, this generally applies to all classes. So at the current moment, just to let you guys know, attack speed isn't implemented in the game. You could find attack speed on items, you could find like your weapon, you could find attack speed on gloves, but attack speed currently isn't implemented, so it's not too serious. However, when looking for gloves, I do recommend getting attack speed and magic cast speed, so that when it does get implemented, you could start using that attack speed. But when it comes to your weapon, I highly recommend just going for as high damage as possible. Any class you're in, I recommend going for damage instead of, you know, decent damage with attack speed, because attack speed doesn't matter right now. So that's what I would do. And then when it comes to your hats, your belts, and your armor, I do recommend getting them, getting items that have health on it, and as much health as you possibly could get on them. Me, I don't really worry about how high the armor is. First I try to get as high HP on my items as possible, and now it's like if I find someone selling items that have the same amount of HP but higher armor, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it from them. I'm gonna try to trade them for it. So that's what I recommend. And especially with mages too, they could get like armors with both health and mana on it, which is really nice on them. I know people with like health and mana plus 75 each piece on their armors. And then when it comes to capes, I do recommend just getting the capes that have health regen on them, just because it actually does go a long way. You'll see that it raises your health a little bit because it's +1 health regen, but honestly in the long run it actually does save you pots, and it could save your life in those tight spots when you're clicking the potion button and it's not coming up, or you're waiting for it to refresh. Trust me, it saved my life a couple times. It'll do the same for you. And when it comes to boots, you know, you just want boots that are going to raise up your stamina. So look out for those. And then with rings and amulets, now this is pretty important. Right now, because you're going to be farming for better items, yeah, have your nice strong rings and amulets inside your bank, but what you want to be wearing is higher percentage magic item find. You know, you could get rings that have 15% magic find, and then you could get an amulet that has 15% magic find. Add that together, you have 45% magic find when you're farming. That's the max you could be holding at this current moment. And I do recommend you have that. And if you're partying with people, I recommend you make them have 45% as well. Ask the people inside your party, do you have 45% magic find? And if they don't, help them get items that'll make them get there. Because think about it. If they have no magic find and they kill a monster, they get that last hit to kill it, it's going to be, the drops are going to be based off of their magic find percentage, not yours. So you want everybody to be at that max level. Like if you're farming for better items, then obviously, or more items, you obviously want higher magic find for your whole team, or else you're kind of wasting your time if that's your objective. And I did say have an objective, and the reason why I did say that is because you can see inside the video how fast we're steamrolling through these people, because I was looking for experience. I want to climb the ladder, as well as all I'm looking for is a better bow, and so is a few of the people that I'm working with, because we were able to get all the items that we needed to make our characters as strong as they could possibly be. Now you're wondering, oh man, how did you guys get like all those items? How did you guys get yourselves so strong? Did you guys find everything? Well, I'm going to teach you guys what I think is the best way for you to get all the best items for your characters. And I think that partying with as much people as possible is the best way to do it, because the more people, when you do it on your own, it's going to take you forever. You know, killing monsters takes a long time. If you're looking for, especially when you're killing monsters and you're looking for specific items for your character, you know, specific items for a specific class, oh my gosh, that's going to take you forever. What you need to do is you really need to take advantage of the trading system in this game. That's how you're going to get your items. That's the gold right there. That's the bread and butter right there. There's 3 ways, and I'm going to teach you right now. There's 3 ways to trade. 1, you trade people basically, you know, money for an item that they have. 2, you could trade them an item for an item. So if you found a really good archer item, and you know you're a gladiator, they have a sword that you want, you can trade them that archer item for that sword. So it's good to pick up other classes' rare items as well. And then 3rd, if you're trading archers, because there's a lot of archers, because it's so easy to farm right now with them, and it's so fast, you could just see it through this video. What a lot of people do is to use as currency is they'll trade items for arrows, because anyone who's been an archer knows that you have to go to the blacksmith and you gotta click like crazy to get arrows, and no one wants to waste their time doing that. It kills your finger too right now if you don't have that mechanical mouse. So like me, I don't. So I'm clicking away over here. So people will trade really good items for like 30 to 50k arrows, and I've gotten some items like that. I've gotten 2 items for 100,000 arrows. And yes, I did sit here and I did click until I got 100,000 arrows. I'm a fiend. I wanted those items. So I got them. You got to get it. You got to get it. And one thing that you could actually do is, a lot of people don't know, when you're clicking on those arrows, you can use your left clicker and your right clicker. So just keep spamming your left and right clicker on your mouse really fast together. And you know, you'll be getting up to... You'll be buying your arrows really fast that way. But in the end of the day, it's still a lot of arrows when someone asks you for 50k arrows. So it's up to you. It's your decision. But those are 3 ways that you could trade in order to get the item that you want. Instead of if you were, you know, partying alone and you're trying to find a specific item for a specific class, you're going to be there for hours. And even then, it's not even guaranteed you're going to get it. So think about that. Now think about this too. When you're inside a party, you're steamrolling. Look at us, we're steamrolling through the map. Sometimes we got to an area before the monsters could even spawn. That's how fast we were going. So what that means is there's going to be so much trash drops. And if you were low on money, you wanted money, you could pick up all these trash items. And after like 2 runs, each run took us about 2 minutes, by the way. So after 2 runs, 2 laps around half this map, that's 4 minutes right there. And you'd fill up your inventory. And if you go and sell that inventory, you'll make like 40 to 50k gold. Now think about it. If you were to do that a couple times, if you include the running to Hive Castle, running back to Rainy Ruins, selling at the market, blah blah blah. Let's say around 15 minutes, you could have yourself like 200k gold. And 200k gold can basically buy you anything you want from people, realistically. So do you want to? So that's how important trading is right there. You could just go ahead, get all this money, and then you could buy arrows for people. You could just purchase right off the bat the item that they're selling, and there you go. You just got your item for 15 minutes worth of work. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go and farm for hours, or do you want to just join a party? 15 minutes, boom, you can get the items that you want. Now for me, I only found 4 out of 9 of my items. I've been fiending this game, I've been killing the grind, but only 4 out of the 9 items that I currently have I actually found. And 2 of them were with the magic find on them, the amulet and the rings. So that's not that hard to find. They're not super rare. Everything else I got through trade. That's it. That's the trick right there. So go ahead, when you're starting off, what you want to be focusing on is getting into a big party, grabbing all those trash items, selling them, making good bank. And if you find good items for any class, go ahead and pick it up because you could trade people. So trade is the way that you're going to get everything that you want. Plus, like I always say, I guarantee you when you're inside a party, you're going to be able to grind for longer periods of time because it doesn't feel like grinding. You have so much fun with your party. Man, I'm telling you right now, go ahead. In this game, you gotta party. That's where, this game is all about being social. It's got such a nice and fun community. It's got great gameplay. So go ahead and do that. Get yourself in a party. Like I always say, don't be that lone wolf. You're not Chuck Norris. None of us are, man. And if you're having a hard time finding a party, you can find me inside Rainy Ruins. In fact, I'll see you in the kingdom of loot.